India today is a bundle of contradictions as far as nutrition goes. At one end, we have malnutrition, stunting, deficiencies, wastage. On the other end, we have lifestyle-related diseases like obesity, diabetes, and chronic heart disease. Are there solutions available for both these challenges? I have with me Dr. Yelloji-Rao Mirajkar. He's a scientist who trained at the Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, a place where I also studied. He then moved to America, spent 25 years with Colgate-Palmolive at the R&D center, and now heads a movement called Aahar Kranti, a movement to get India nutritionally superior. Thanks a lot for speaking to me, Dr. Yelloji-Rao.
Namaste, Pallava. Dhanyavad.
How big a problem is malnourishment, and we will also talk of the lifestyle diseases.
Okay. It's a very, very big problem. The problem originates because of the challenges and contradictions. You mentioned something about India, where we have Indian knowledge system, including Ayurveda, for probably the best health. And in Ayurveda, they mention one particular set of sentences. What it says is, if you know how to eat and what to eat for good health, no medicine is required for you in your life. Contrary to that, if you don't know what to eat, how much to eat, when to eat, then no medicine can help you. Because of that not knowing, which we never studied about the nutrition in our schools. Neither us study, the allopathy doctors also, they don't study. And therefore, it is like walking in the blind and another blind person trying to direct. I think we need to understand the wealth of information we have in India, which is a solution for today's problem. So what is today's problem? We grow a lot of food items, everything is carb-centric.
Which is carbohydrates.
Carbohydrates, rice, potato, wheat mostly. And then we consume it because supply is lot, less demand, less price, we eat it. Because of the carb-centric diet, we are inviting diabetes, heart-related issues, obesity. Additionally, the food what today is grown, the chemicals, they are all entering into our body unknowingly. It is not that they are entering today. They were entering earlier also. But our scientific methods to detect the lower limits have improved today, because of which we recognize. But we already have started eating since our green revolution. That is when actually the chemical fertilizers started in. So the carb-centric production, carb-centric diet, inviting all these non-communicable diseases, including cancer.
And we also have malnutrition at the other end, where people are malnourished.
Yeah, because they don't know what to eat. They can afford whatever it is required. See, undernourishment mostly from the economy related aspect, they cannot afford. But what is the issue in terms of affording for the good food? You don't know what is good food, isn't it? And that is why this issue. So, we need to understand that by doing what, you would be able to counter all these challenges. And there are a couple of other very significant challenges which world has started recognizing now. What is it? Our gut bacteria. They are our friends in terms of digesting the food that what we cannot digest.
The biome.
Gut microbiome, gut microbiota, that's what we say. Its role in Ayurveda scripts, it is mentioned very clearly. But what we are doing, we are eating these preservatives through our packet food, the ready-to-eat food, which helps the shelf life extension. But at the same time, the same preservative we are going to eat.
And we also have so much antibiotics which go into us because of...
The best defense mechanism that God has given naturally is the bacteria both inside and outside, and they are the first layer of defense. But what we do, use the antimicrobial, soap, shampoo, dishwasher, everything we use antimicrobial. We are killing ourselves, the immunity that we have. So understanding this awareness in terms of what is that we need to do, our lifestyle, what are the things that are compatible for us and what is not compatible. It is very nicely illustrated in Ayurveda. I will give one.
So what is a good diet which Ayurveda prescribes?
It is our age-old traditional Thali system, which had all the 6 tastes that we needed. Sweet is required, salt is required, sour is required, bitter is required, astringent is required, as well as pungent. In our Thali system, the way the food is designed for all these 6 tastes. Now, why these 6 tastes? Because our body needs different tissues to be produced, something like a liquid to hard bone, right? So all these taste elements bring out the transformation of food items to the tissues, and that is why the Indian knowledge system is only alternative that today we have in case if you want to counter this malnourishment, overnourishment or undernourishment, and that is where Indian knowledge system stands at the top to provide a solution.
Do millets offer a good solution against the use of rice and wheat, which is so common and rampant in India?
See, instead of taking one thing at a time, I think we need to look what is our body requires. 13 major minerals and another 25-30 minor minerals. So it has to come from different food items. So we have to eat all the things in this thing. That's why when it comes to fruits and vegetables, they call it as a rainbow diet. Indradhanush, that is required. Similarly, we should eat varieties of food grains, varieties of pulses and lentils. And one more thing, Pallavi, the beauty resides in the richness in the Ayurveda, and what it says, very simple terms, local food. You are compatible with this environment, food should also be grown in this environment, it is good for you. Seasonal, that is good for you. And then natural and organic food, it is good for you because you don't want body. Body is not built to handle all these chemicals. And then comes, you eat food. Are we a machine just to keep on stuffing? No. When we eat the food, we should use sufficient amount of time and the condition so that the food will be digested. If it's not digested, what happens? Just imagine you and family, 4 people, you are cooking rice. Now your guest will come. अरे और थोड़ा चावल डालो. बाद में और एक है और थोड़ा चावल. कभी तो will you complete the cooking of the rice? No. Digestion is also something like that. If we understand this principle, what it says is, if the food is not digested, it will become poison in our body. Why to let it poison? Let eaten food get digested, whether it's 2.5, 3, 4 hours, depending upon whatever the food eaten. That is what the principle, that is what the awareness is required today. And this awareness is definitely going to minimize the, one is well-being, definitely it will be there, longevity, happy in life, and immunity you will develop.
So is there now evidence-based solution available using Ayurveda?
It's a very interesting question. So many people will ask me this question. 2 things are very clear. First thing is, whatever people have tried to validate from Ayurveda has been validated. There is no contention at all. Now, next question is everything in the Ayurveda is validatable? Yes. However, the way Charaka Samhita, Sushrita and all these things they have captured, it is not like 1 year, 1 generation study. They have monitored the generations after generations and then accumulated the knowledge, and that is why they say, who am I? I am the product of past 2, 3, 4 generations. And who am I? I am going to be the source for the next 2, 3, 4 generations. So because of all these aspects, you should not look food into one millets alone. Oh no, I should eat only carbohydrate. Oh, you know, I am diabetic, I should not eat carbohydrate. No, that is not the way the body works. That is where I think the awareness is required. And that is why all of us should come together and work. Why? Our goal is live ourselves happily, live ourselves healthily and live long, and be contributing citizens for the country.
So are fast foods a good way forward or a bad way forward?
Fast food is very good in terms of reducing our lifestyle, inviting diabetes.
Reducing your life.
Lifestyle, yes.
So you die early if you have fast food.
When I was about 25-30 years age or even before, I used to hear people because of the heart attack at 65-70, diabetes at like 50, 55, 60. Today what has happened? At the age of 20, 25, people have already a heart issue related, diabetes related, and many of them collapse at very early age. Why? Because of all these fast food. Fast food is what? High fat, high salt, high sugar to the extent that we cannot manage. This is a body, sir. This is not a factory machine to, put something and come out. No. It has its own ability and you should work under its limit, and that understanding the limits and therefore having the lifestyle is nothing but Indian knowledge system in Ayurveda.
So India has a problem and the solution also exists in the Indian traditional way of living and using Ayurveda as a way forward?
Definitely. See, this knowledge, the way came into our life is that we need all the 6 tastes, and all the 6 tastes needs to be eaten at a different time. That is where the Thali is defined in that fashion. You start with the sweet, end with the pan, that is astringent, and everything in between. So the Thali for layman looks like a Thali, for a scientific person it looks like a varieties of the food. For a person who has a knowledge of the Ayurveda, it's a wonderful. We are all eating food as a medicine. When you don't eat food as a medicine, what happens? Medicine will become your food, isn't it? So that is the beauty of the Thali system that we have. And again, because you mentioned about the Thali depends, different geographical regions have a different Thali. Why? Climatic conditions are different. The Prakriti nature is the environment is different, and therefore the food grown, local food, seasonal food, and based upon that, these 6 tastes are included in the Thali so that you will be getting 360 requirement and therefore you will be healthy.
Thanks a lot for speaking to me, Dr. Yelloji-Rao Mirajkar. What a pleasure learning and listening from you.
Thank you, Pallavi, for giving me this opportunity to introduce what is Aahar Kranti. Appreciate it.
Thank you. So that was Dr. Yelloji-Rao Mirajkar telling us how a balanced diet, probably what we call a thali in the Indian system, is a good way of keeping your mind and body healthy. Fast foods is certainly not a way forward. If you have to remain disease-free and healthy, look at a balanced diet, look at a thali. That is the way forward. In New Delhi, Pallava, Bagla, NDTV.